seemed like an ordinary day. Thomas then arrived pulling some precious cargo, but he didn't seem to be himself. Toby stopped by to say hello. "Hi Thomas, how are you?" he asked. But Thomas said nothing. "That was odd," said Toby, but he continued on his journey anyway. Bertie then stopped by to say hello. "Hi Thomas, lovely day, isn't it?" But Thomas said nothing again. "That was rude," said Bertie, and off he went. Finally, Percy wanted to say hello. "Hey Thomas," he said, but Thomas passed right by him. "But Thomas always says hi," said Percy, so he decided that he was going to investigate. The next day, Percy followed Thomas. "What's he doing at the museum?" wondered Percy. "That's some valuable cargo." So Percy continued following Thomas. Eventually, they arrived at a small beach. Oh no, it's Captain Hook. He's got a robot Thomas who's stealing treasure from the museum for him. So what's he done to the real Thomas? And what's in that cave? Wondered Percy. But Percy knew exactly who to call. He soon arrived back with Jake. Whoa! Well done, Jake, said Percy. Sir Topham Hatt then arrived. Well done, Percy and Jake. Thomas, you're in big trouble. But the Thomas said nothing. Hold on, said Sir Topham Hatt, and he examined Thomas closely. You're not Thomas, he said. This is a robot. Then where's the real Thomas? Asked the worried Percy. Steam started coming out of the cave. I think I found him, said Percy. Jack arrived to clear the cave. Thomas was free in no time. "Oh, thank you, he said. "Good to have you back," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Who is that?" asked Thomas, looking at the imposter. "Oh, don't worry about him," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "I'll deal with him." So Percy and Thomas returned the precious cargo to the museum, and Sir Topham Hatt got rid of the robot Thomas, and everything went back to normal.
Oh no.
Hi, I'm Dave, and thank you for watching my video. Here's another you may have missed.
It was a beautiful sunny day. Peppa and her friend Susie were playing outside in the sunshine. "I love your crown, Peppa," said Susie. "May I try it on and pretend that I'm a queen?" she asked. "Of course," answered Peppa. "It will fit you perfectly." She took her crown off and handed it to Susie to try on. Mummy Pig appeared and said to Peppa, "Be careful with your crown, Peppa. It's very precious. You don't want to break or lose it." "Don't worry, Mummy," said Peppa. "I'll look after it." And with that, Mummy Pig disappeared into the castle. Susie took the crown and placed it on her head. "Oh, I feel like a beautiful queen," she smiled. She didn't want to damage it, so she took it off and placed it on the grass beside her. Just then, Zoe, their friend, appeared. "Hello, Zoe," said the two girls. "Would you like to see my new toys?" Peppa asked. "Oh, yes, please," replied Zoe, and the three friends disappeared into the castle. Unfortunately, they'd forgotten about the crown, and it was left outside with no one looking after it. Oh dear, now there's going to be trouble. Look who's coming round the corner. It's Tom Moss, and I'm afraid he's spotted the crown. I hope he won't steal it. Too late, it's already on his funnel. It's going to be difficult getting that back again. Peppa soon realised they'd forgotten about the crown, and the girls raced outside to retrieve it. But oh dear, all they saw was the back of Tom Moss disappearing into the forest. "Oh my, what are we going to do?" sighed Peppa. Just then, who should be chuffing around the corner but Thomas. "Hello, Peppa," he said. "Oh dear, you look sad. Whatever is the matter?" he asked, and the three friends told Thomas all about it. "Peppa, we must retrieve your crown. Hop on board," he requested. So Peppa climbed onto Thomas's truck and off they went. "Be careful, Peppa." Thomas eventually arrived near Tom Moss's lair. "I can see him!" shouted Peppa excitedly. "He's hiding in that tunnel. Let's go after him." "Oh, I'm not so sure now," replied Thomas. "I've heard rumours that he has some scary monsters guarding him. We must be careful, or they could eat us alive." Peppa climbed off Thomas's truck. "Come on, Thomas," she said. "I don't believe in scary monsters." But just then, something jumped out in front of them. "It's only Mike," she smiled. Suddenly, another monster appeared. "Sally," she laughed, "I haven't seen you in ages." Just then, a third monster appeared in front of them.
Boo! Boo!
"Oh, Art," she smiled, "where have you been hiding these days?" "Thomas, these are my friends. They won't hurt anyone. You don't need to be afraid of them." "Sully," she asked, "would you be able to get my crown back for me? Tom Moss has stolen it and he's hiding in that tunnel." "Oh, I'm sorry, Peppa," he answered. "I'm a little afraid of Tom Moss. If I help you, he may prank me. Sorry." "Oh dear," sighed Peppa. "How am I ever going to get my crown back?" she sobbed. Just then, there was a flash of twinkling magical lights, and there stood a very pretty fairy. "I think you are in need of a little fairy magic," she smiled, and blew some fairy dust into the air. The dust swirled around Tom Moss, and then suddenly the crown vanished from his funnel and landed on Peppa's head. Oh, thank you so much, she said gratefully to the fairy, whose name was Iridessa. You're very welcome, she smiled. That Tom Moss is a very naughty engine. And then she vanished into thin air. Quick, Thomas, shouted Pepper, let's catch Tom Moss. And she climbed back onto Thomas's truck. Tom Moss saw what was happening and made a very speedy getaway. Once again, he was just too